Okay, so today I want to talk about travel, specifically some travel tips. I have been basically living abroad for about a decade or so, and I did smaller, long, multi-month trips previously, a few sort of normal length trips of a couple weeks, but generally longer, or living abroad situations. So, my first travel tip is to be flexible. Obviously, it depends on how much time you have, if you have to be back on a certain date. But if not, it's better to have more time to play with. So plan to come back a couple days early if you have to go back to work. And that way you'll have some wiggle room there in case there's cancellations or some sort of issue. Also, just generally having a plan B or C in terms of what could happen if there's a delay, or just like generally if you whatever activity you're doing you don't want to do and you want to be able to change. Just being flexible is a really good idea, especially if you're solo traveling. Obviously, if you've got like a package guided thing, there's some within that as well. Second tip is pack less and save more, meaning don't bring everything that you may need, bring everything you definitely need. And if you need something when you get there, it'll be better to buy it there, especially if it's like weather dependent. Like if you're going to Canada to spend a big chunk of the ski season, don't bring your own snowboard and padding and everything. Wait till you get there and then buy it. In that case, you can also sell it after you leave. So yeah, just that. Number 3, don't overschedule. So I always like to leave spaces to enjoy whatever it is that I'm doing, instead of trying to pack 3 things into one day. Maybe have one thing, and then again, you have the flexibility to realize maybe you've gone to do one thing, and then near that is another thing that you didn't even know about, but then you discover. So leaving time for that sort of thing to happen is definitely helpful. My number 4 tip is to have daily goals, which you don't even need to only use during travel, but generally, obviously I've been traveling kind of nonstop for a while, so just generally it's a life thing to try to have at least some small thing, whether it's going for a swim, hike, even a small hike like an hour, 40 minutes, going to see the sunrise or the sunset, going to a particular food place or having a particular food thing, even if your goal is just to rest for that day, going to see a view or calling a friend. Have at least one thing that you want to accomplish. 5, arrive early for transport. So if you're going to the airport, train station, getting a bus, even if you're driving, leave or plan to leave early. Just makes it so much less stressful. Okay, number 6 is to ask other travelers about their experiences. And this kind of leads into number 7, which is asking locals for advice. So depending on how long you're staying somewhere, but even if you're only somewhere a few days, it's worth it to ask around the people who live there what they suggest. But particularly other travelers, if you're looking to see cool things or have cool experiences, or maybe do a side trip, day trip activity you didn't know about if you hadn't talked to that person. So that's 6/7 pretty much. And now number 8, which some people don't agree with, is I always want to kill any jet lag right away. I give myself 1 day, like 24 hours more or less. If I arrive in the morning, I'm staying up until the night of wherever it is that I'm now just arrived in. So even if for me it's 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. while it's 2 p.m. sort of thing, like I'm wanting to go to sleep in the middle of the day, I will stay up anyway until the end of the day and try to go to sleep at a normal local time. Same with waking up. The first day, always try to get up single digits, at the very least. Usually like 9, 10 a.m. is stretching it, but if you can be up by 9 a.m. at least, that's gonna help you. So that is my main travel tips, and in general, obviously, if you're doing longer term travel, it helps if you have any monthly expenses taken care of as much as possible, automated. If you've got properties, have a property management company overseeing things while you're away, so you're not having to take calls and that sort of thing. Or if you've got a cell phone, you can usually put your cell phone on hold for up to 6 months. That way you're not paying for it and you're not dealing with them constantly trying to charge you roaming charges, that sort of thing. You're just going on a local SIM card, or eSIMs these days if you have a newer phone. So yeah, like if you've got car insurance, put that on hold. You don't need to keep these monthly expenses if you're doing a